we wouldn't have trials, would we? We would have a clipboard, and we would say, hey, okay, Shane was reasonable. All right, we're done. Later, high five, bye. Do we get people who Monday morning quarterback, and they say, well, I don't think that was reasonable? Who's ever heard people, you'll hear the comments, and they'll say, well, why didn't the cops shoot him in the leg? Why didn't they shoot the gun out of his hand? Who's ever heard those nonsensical comments? People say stuff like that. They watch a lot of TV, they watch a lot of movies, and they think we can solve problems that way. So, reasonable individual, what's the next part? Knows, or should know. What does that mean and why is that in there? That's wiggle room. That takes out the wiggle room. So if Mike says, well, I hit this guy over the head 9 times with a tire iron, but I didn't mean to kill him. You either know that that could cause death or you should know. That ignorance is not a plea. If that makes any sense. It can cause what? Death. That's the easy one. Or substantial bodily harm. Now, depending on where you are, like if you're in California, that substantial bodily harm can have different names. It can be called things like substantial bodily injury, grievous bodily harm, grievous bodily injury, or I like to say sometimes really bad stuff, okay? But it's all meaning the same thing. So deadly force is what? Any force intentionally applied that a reasonable individual knows or should know can cause death or one of these problems over here. Now, it's important for us to define what those are, because that's the definition of deadly force, and deadly force is used against you, you can use deadly force back. Does everybody get that? Meaning that if the force used against you could cause one of those, you can use deadly force back. You guys understand that? Yes, sir.
So does this even apply to like someone that just pulls a knife?
Let's talk about that. All right?
Okay.
So we would all agree that if you got your arm chopped off, that is substantial bodily harm. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
What if you got your arm chopped off at the elbow? Still substantial?
Yeah.
I think so. How about at the wrist, your hand? Yeah? Third knuckle of your pinky? I think so.
Probably, yeah.
Second knuckle? First knuckle? What if the guy just had some pliers on your fingernail and it was going to hurt really bad? So it becomes gray. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay? Do I have to get hurt?
That's my question.
Yeah, that's a great question. Do I have to wait until I get injured in order to take and defend myself? So let's go back to the toy gun. I point a toy gun at you. I have a toy gun. Do you have to wait until you get shot? Well, a toy gun's never going to shoot you. It's never going to go bang. What if we did? What if we had to wait until it went bang? Are we going to wait until it goes bang and then we're dead or dying to take and defend ourselves? Right? So that comes back to the question of what? Reasonable. I'll give you another example that might help answer this question. We have a lot of law enforcement examples just because law enforcement interact with the public a lot, but they still apply to civilians. So a police officer's dealing with a guy. He's just dealing with a guy. He's talking to a guy. And that guy lunges and he grabs the police officer's gun, still in the holster. Okay? What are the police officer's injuries right now? What are his injuries? Just his actual injuries, not potential injuries. None. Nothing. Nothing is hurt. What level of force are we at?
Deadly force.
Who thinks we're at deadly force right now? I agree, right? But he's not hurt yet. And the reason is because would it be reasonable to say that bad guy grabs gun, bad guy gets gun out, bad guy does what with gun? Shoots you or someone else, yeah? Yeah? So the nickname or the name for what I just described right there is something that we call totality of circumstance. Everything balled up. So let me ask you guys a question. You look out the back window. You look out your back window and you see a soccer ball comes over the wall into your backyard, okay? And you see a 7-year-old in a t-shirt and shorts. And they climb over the wall, they come in your backyard, they pick up the ball, and they throw it over the wall, and they leave. And it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. How many of y'all think you'd have a pretty tough sell if you ran to the safe, punched in the numbers, got out the handgun, and a vest, and a shotgun, right? and then you went into the backyard and you used lethal force. How many of you guys think you'd have a tough sell on that? Okay. Why? Because of the time of day, the age of the person, what the person is wearing, what the activity is, right? That's the totality of everything. We're going to change a couple things. So now it's not 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now it's 4:37 in the morning. It's pitch black. And it's not a soccer ball that comes over the wall. It's a dark backpack. So you see a dark backpack comes over and lands in the yard, and not a child, but an adult wearing head-to-toe black and a ski mask comes over the wall. And they're not empty-handed, they have a firearm or a machete in their hand. Does this matter? It matters. So it's one way to look is to say, well, can I shoot somebody if they jump over the wall in my backyard? And we need a little more than that. You guys understand? We need more information to add it all up and say, what exactly are they doing? What's going on here? You guys understand? Okay? We just had Halloween a couple days ago. On Halloween, who had trick-or-treaters? Who had trick-or-treaters? You had trick-or-treaters at your house. Okay. Were they wearing disguises? Were they wearing masks? Were any of them carrying weapons? Yeah, they were carrying weapons. Were they on your property? Yeah. Were they up to mischief? Yeah. But it's Halloween. If it wasn't Halloween and they weren't children and they were adults, it would matter.